Hello and either welcome back to my smartwatch reviews. Today we have a military looking sport watch. This is model QX11. Now if you've not seen any of my reviews, go check out my smartwatch and fitness tracker review playlist on this YouTube channel. But what I generally do is take things out of the box to let you see what comes out of the box. Then I'll go off and charge this fully and wear it for several days or maybe even a week, and then come back with my full assessment of the watch. So we have the watch itself, which this is going to be a rugged looking larger-ish type design. It has the silicone wrist strap. It's got the magnetic charging cable that will snap on the back. And it's got the smartwatch user manual, and this looks fairly easy to read, and I would say at first glance here, pretty comprehensive walking through the screens and whatnot. Okay, so let me go charge it up, wear it, and come back in just a few seconds through the magic of editing with my full, fair, and honest review. Okay, so I've been wearing this watch for several days now, and I have to say I really like it. The case is beautiful. It does have these, I would say, full looking screws around the outside of the bezel here. Those are actually just stamped into the metal, but it's got some red inlays here. It's got the buttons. You have the top right, the bottom right, and you've got a layer of black going around the case of the watch, which really makes it pop and sets it off really nicely. This is just a decorative piece sticking out on this other side just to bring some balance to the watch. And of course you have your sensors on the back. This has both the green and the red sensors, and you usually only find that in the higher end of the cheap end of the smartwatch market. Let's just go through the menu. If you swipe down from the top, you get into some of your settings. There's a flashlight mode where all the pixels on the watch come on, and that's to help you see in the dark. You can get into your settings. You can set your watch face and themes. There are different watch faces in here. I can press and hold, and I can scroll through the ones that are here, and you can download fresh ones from the app itself. It's got plenty of watch faces in there, so you'll most likely find one you like. I kind of like this one, but I find all the numbers a little overwhelming. It's a little bit too busy, but I do generally like it. Gives you your battery life there in the upper left, and here it gives you your weather, the current weather, estimated kilocalorie burn for the day, the date, number of steps, estimated distance walked. You can have it vibrate when you're connected to your app to get alerts and adjust the strength of that vibration. You can adjust the menu style. I like the list style because I like to read basically the menu so I can see what's going on. We'll come back to that in just a second. Let's get through the rest of the settings. Here's where you would click to turn on Bluetooth to connect with your smartwatch. I usually leave that turned off just to save battery life, but I'll leave it on for now. This is the lift your wrist feature, so if you lift your wrist, the watch face will come on automatically. Again, I usually turn that off to save battery life. You can change your brightness. My brightness is up all the way, even at the darkest setting. It's pretty easy to read. And, you know, in the settings here, your sound and vibration, that you can set these vibrations here, like I said, low, medium, high vibration level. You can mute it. You can have the media audio play through your watch. Raise to wake. You can change the amount of time your dial comes on. I'm sorry, it would be under the theme here, I believe. Or brightness setting, yeah, screen time. You only have three options here, 5, 10, or 15 seconds. So I have it set to the max here for the purposes of this review. And that's about it in settings. If we go back to the main watch face and press that upper right button again, that gets us into basically all of our modes. Here's your call mode, your call logs. This works fine. This has a built-in Bluetooth and speaker, so it works as a speakerphone when you're tethered to your phone with a Bluetooth and you're close enough to your phone to be in range, which is about 10 feet. your dial pad, which is pretty large and easy to read, and it's easy to press the buttons, which I like. It'll pull in your contacts, your daily exercise summary, your heart rate and beats per minute. Here are your training modes. It's got 100 sports modes in here, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but it's got a lot. To get into one, you would just, go into that, start it, and then to end it, press that top right button again, and then hit stop. So lots of outdoor sports, indoor sports, there's just a lot of them in here. All right, and blood oxygen saturation, you can't see it right here. Let me do this again upside down and you'll see. No, you won't. I'll do this when it's on my wrist, but that will use the red diode. And you've got blood pressure. I find this to be, I don't know, kind of iffy. It's probably somewhat close for me, but this is not a medical device, so don't trust any health-related measurements to it, and certainly don't make any health decisions based on the output from this watch. It is for reference only. It is not a medical device. Do not treat it as such. It's got sleep tracking, deep sleep, light sleep, and we'll show you that more in the app. You can control the music on your phone from the watch. It will pull in weather, not just the current conditions in today, but for the next 3 days. So it's given me my highs, my lows, and an idea of rain the next 2 days, and then partly cloudy and sunny the next day after that. I like that. And this one will actually store that weather in here even when you're not connected to your phone. So I like that. It has some weather storage on the watch. You have an alarm clock. You can do some breath training. You can get your messages, again, from your phone, but it'll push it to the watch if you have the right permissions set up. This works fine. It's been working very well for me. I like it. And you can just delete them right there. So you can get your messages on your wrist from your phone. Voice assistant, I don't set that up. I don't use it. It's got an SOS feature where if you're connected, it'll call your SOS number on your phone. It's got a bird game in here that I don't play games on a smartwatch. Toolbox, there's your stopwatch, timer, find your phone, flashlight, remote camera trigger, and calculator, and then you're back to settings. So now let's go around the dial from right to left. Here is your call screen, there is your sleep screen, your blood oxygen saturation screen, your weather screen, your blood pressure, heart rate, and then you can basically change which of those tiles you have in memory of your watch. I could put daily exercise in here, but I would have to remove one of the other ones, okay? And then that gets you back to the start. Swipe from bottom up, that's a shortcut to your messages. I had that one, but just deleted it as you saw. And a shortcut to get to your sports modes is the bottom right button. Press that takes you right to your sports modes. Let's go look at the app. The app here is the good old Glory Fit app, where it is a basic interface, but it gives you what you need. Your total steps, your target steps, your distance estimated walked for the day, your heat, what you've burned in kilocalories for the day, my step count for the day. Here's where it tells you you're connected to your watch. Top left is the weather. And this is getting this from your phone, essentially. Here are your sleep records, and you can go back and see your deep sleep, your light sleep, awake times, REM time, and it gives you some helpful hints as to whether that's good or bad score. Your blood pressure, and you can go back over previous days and take a look at your blood pressure and keep track of it over time. Your blood oxygen saturation records, and for these measurements, you can actually set up how often you want it to take these measurements. For heart rate, I have it set up to auto test, and I think I'm doing that every 30 minutes. Blood oxygen saturation, I have it doing this only during the day, and I have it taking automatically every 2 hours. And you can turn on and off your call reminder and your SMS messaging. Here's your raise your hand to activate the display. You can activate some quick replies, so you can't type and reply to text, but you can type one of these predetermined messages and do a quick reply and send that back if you so wish. So it does have some of those in there. There are your sports features. And this, if you have your location services turned on your phone, it will pull in your GPS. This is not a GPS watch. you can, set your goals, change the units and whatnot, and that's about it. Pretty basic app, but it gets the job done, and it's very intuitive. So here I'll take some real-time measurements so you can see how long they take. Here's the blood oxygen saturation, and if I lift my wrist just so, you will see that red diode in there, okay? So I told you it's got both the red and the green, and there you go. That proves it. This will take a few seconds, and just because I lifted it away from my wrist, it'll take a few more seconds. 99% blood oxygen, also known as SPO2. There's the weather. This is a beautiful 1.9-inch IPS display. It's 320 by 386 pixels. It does heart rate, SPO2. It's waterproof to 3 atmospheres, and I had to do a little sleuthing to find out that's about 30 meters. It's got the Bluetooth calling in there. It's got the zinc alloy body, blood pressure, 100 sports modes. This does have a 420 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty solid. I've been wearing it, I think, 3 days, and I forget what that battery level said. We'll check it in a minute, but I think it was around 78 or 80% still. So you're going to get multiple days of battery life out of this. I'll let this blood pressure measurement go in real time. I think this is a little bit low for me. Here would be your heart rate, and you get the drift. So let's go test the waterproofness, and I'll come back, slap this on my wrist, and give you my final thoughts. Okay, here comes the water test where I make a splash. Let's turn that watch face on here. Let's get it to the main screen. Let's put it underwater, and I'm just going to leave it there for a few seconds, and you can see it's staying on. And I'll let the screen go off after that 15 seconds, and I'll press the button to get it to turn back on yet again. So yeah, I think this is going to live up to the promises in terms of waterproofness, which I like. I think if you're going to make a rugged, outdoor-looking, military-style smartwatch, gosh darn, it ought to be waterproof to where you can submerge it in water. It drives me crazy when these military-type watches only or IP67, they should be rated higher, so that's still working. Interestingly enough, when it's in water, the face does not turn off. But hey, it works, holds up to the challenge. It's a great looking watch, folks. So this came from Temu. I got this through their influencer program, and I think it's important to tell you that. They put a little bit of money in my account and said just go buy some products and do the reviews. So that's what this is. And I have a special interest in smartwatches, even though this channel is about kayaking. These smartwatch reviews help me monetize my YouTube channel, and I love reviewing these things, so I went out and got 2 smartwatches. I'll have another one, another review coming right behind this one, but this watch I really like. It's the Q11. I would give it 2 thumbs up. For a military-looking, rugged smartwatch, I think it's a great value. I'll drop a link below and give you a discount code if I can get one from Temu, which I'm pretty sure I can. But yeah, I give this a solid buy for the money. It's a solid value.
When you want an extraordinary racing kayak made in the finest American tradition, or maybe just own a piece of American kayaking history, you want a West Side Boat Shop kayak, now available from DaveTheKayaker.com. West Side Boat Shop kayaks. The tradition continues.